My policy about my life is that if you really want to make change, you can be the change. ये करती है ना तो ये but at the same time I was struggling. I was getting suffocated within inside because I realized that transgenders don't have any rights in a society. If I became transgender, society will kick me out. They will just abandon me. I won't have any other options rather than to beg, do commercial sex work. And then I decided that if I really want to make the difference in the community, I have to be part of the community. I can't be afraid. And I always felt that, God has been very kind to me, that he or she has chosen.
We were a bunch of girls standing near the sandwich wala and having sandwich. And this NDTV reporter with the cameraman directly approached me. I don't know why, and I guess it's just my look. They probably thought I'm the right person to approach. I don't know why. They directly came up to me and they said, you know about this law that has just been, passed, and that same-sex is allowed, and would you like to talk something about it? And at that time, I was not out to people, and I'd still not accepted myself completely. And I'm like, yeah, it's good. I was completely blank. I couldn't say a word. It was like, I felt like there were a million people standing in front of me, and I had been asked to stand on top of a podium or a stage and speak or just say that I am a lesbian. I just had that in my mind, and I just couldn't say anything, and I was blank. And she looked at me and she said, say, and I'm like, there are a few things about girls that would really attract me, and I thought, this is bizarre, this can't be happening, it's weird.
I did not have any gender stereotypes. I was fine playing with dolls as well.
For me, it was like very difficult to understand that how a girl and a boy can have sex.
Even if you're straight, you still can't talk to your parents about sex. Being a lesbian or gay is far away.
And then I used to ask all sorts of stupid questions that, penis size is such a large element. How does it get entered into the vagina?
And if people know that I'm a lesbian, they would think I'm one of those sex maniacs who tries to touch girls.
I was running behind girls because that was what one was supposed to be doing. So I was doing the number of sending Valentine gifts to girls I thought were cute.
They would ask me, which boy are you interested in? And I would be like, oh, no, I don't think so.
I started traveling by trains, and it was long distance, and you're packed, and you suddenly see all the horsing around that happens in trains, and there are a lot of guys who would just entertain themselves.
That never used to be like actually sexual activity, but that used to be body rubbing.
I realized that this is what I like, because I have tried kissing boys before, but I didn't really feel my heart pumping hard, or all those things that you hear in the movies.
I once did an exercise in my mind. One day I kept the guy out of the fantasy and I just kept the girl in there, and nothing happened. And then one day I just took the girl out of the fantasy and the guy just remained, and then I said, hey, I'm yet getting excited here. And as much as it may be a no-no, the fact is that I am attracted towards men.
I don't know why, but there are like a lot of people who get confused for me being a boy. Even when I had long hair, they would like, sir, and then they would like, oh, sorry, ma'am. It's been so many times, but before I used to feel very insulted, and there was a point of time when I started dressing up like a girl, really tried hard. I started wearing only kurtas, and when I would go for functions, I would wear saris and those typical Indian clothes, and wear skirts, and the small t-shirts. But yeah, I tried to change myself a lot because I really wanted to be normal. I did not want to be abnormal. I did not want to be a lesbian. I did not want to accept the fact that I like girls. So I wanted to be like the other girls, and I got my hair colored, and I tried to do a lot of things. But then I realized that this is not me. I'm just dressing up to be someone else. It's like, changing your clothes to go for a party, but then you come home and you change back to your own clothes.
I started dance from quite early age, maybe around like 6, 7, because my mother was a dancer. Always watched her, the way she performed. She was a Kathak dancer herself, a very accomplished Kathak dancer. So I think it's all hereditary that I have. She never taught me dancing. The reason why, probably because she was a little bit fearful that if I learn to dance, I may become pansy. And in India, the manliness is always connected with macho, and if you have a sensitive man or metrosexual man is considered to be a very pansy. My mother didn't wanted me to be like that. My mom hunted me like her son, a very manly macho guy who will produce 2 kids, live happily. That's what my mother wanted from her side. I had to rely on her. So several years I actually watched her very closely, the way she's performing, her gestures, her expressions, and I watched her closely. So I feel that she is my first guru, and then slowly I started learning basics of Kathak, and rest whatever I have learned from my mom. Okay, cool.
As a child, I used to keep unwell quite often. So I had so until 6, 7, 8, I was always kind of taken care of because I was always a sick child. At 11, I had already lost my father, and I already felt that there was a support or a male figure or in my life who disappeared, and I was less privileged than the rest of the children. So I just felt that this was the third jolt which was coming my way about my sexuality, and I was like, somewhere at the back of my mind, it kept on playing that I am now dealing with the third handicap in my life, and it didn't go well at all. It just seemed to be unfair, and for me, thoughts ranged from I'm a loser or I'm a failure to the fact that I should just kill myself, and I should be. So the thought used to be extremely suicidal because I consider myself a very honest person. At least my integrity towards myself is extremely important to me, and I was getting tired of trying to pretend to laugh to a gay joke and trying to pretend that I'm interested in women and trying to hang around with the guys and trying to, do the macho thing. And it was just not who I was. And for me, it was important to be in touch with who I was.
We bunch of boys on the terrace, we were just making up with each other. I'm the queen bee who's there in middle of everybody, trying to kind of make sure that everybody behaves well and make sure that everybody, I touch everybody or something like that. So my mother just came in and she just saw something wrong happening with these guys sexually. So when I came home, she hit me. She hit me with the utensils, and she threw it so forcefully that it just broke down. And for some time I was asked to sit in front of a god and keep praying for 2 hours. I was kept in a room or something. I was not allowed to go out for some time. It was told to me that I've done a very sinful act and it's not gonna work out in life and I will go into the hell. So my parents already knew, right from the beginning that there's something wrong with this guy. There's something which is very different from the other people, and that's the reason why they were protective and concerned about me, my mother especially, that I'm the only child. And the entire family structure is dependent upon me because they are expecting that I will take their name further. And since it is not going to happen, they were like disaster.
At work, I met this girl whom I was madly in love with, and I did like fall in love with her before she would know, or before anything happened between us. So it used to happen that I would go back to her house most of the times and just we hang out together and stuff. So we'd gone for a picnic, and when we returned back that night, we went to sleep, and we were like sleeping really close to each other. And I'm like, there was a moment where she pushed herself back because obviously for her it was weird. She's been with boys and she had a boyfriend at that time. And I was like, okay, but if she really wants it, she would probably turn back. And we were so close that I could really feel the heartbeat and the blood rushing to my head, and we were really breathing hard, and I'm like, I couldn't control myself, and I was just waiting she would turn back. She would turn back now, and she did turn back. And I'm like, this is it, that means she wants this. So we kissed, and it went on for hours and hours. I think we probably kissed for 5 to 6 hours till we woke up in the morning. It was new to me and I was in love, so I was all happy, but I couldn't face her, so I just wouldn't look at her. I was just smiling all the time. I just couldn't look at her, and she kept laughing at me. She's like, why aren't you looking at me? And I'm like, I don't know, because this is the first time something like this is happening. And so I went to work, and then in my break I gave her a call, and she's like, she was at her boyfriend's house, and she's like, she told me that this shouldn't happen again. I'm like, okay. I was hurt a bit, but then I'm like, I wanted to understand her situation, so I'm like, okay, fine, But she's like, anyway, after work, come home, so we'll have dinner together and we'll talk about it. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I did go home, have dinner, and obviously slept over again. And it happened again because we couldn't stop ourselves. So it happened and it kept happening. And we were together for like about 2 years. Eventually, she was like 4 years elder to me, so her parents wanted to get her married. And she tried turning down many guys, to get time and stuff, but eventually her parents are like, there's this guy and he's perfect and everything is good, the family is good, and you can't say no. I was quite strong. But I thought she's not strong enough, but maybe being with me and being in love with me, some day maybe she would be strong enough to take the decision and decide that she'd be with me. There were a couple of times when we spoke about not confronting our parents, but maybe living in another city together and moving away slowly, and building that distance between them, so that maybe she could reach a point where she would really say, no, I'm not getting married. Not really say that she's interested in girls, but tell her parents that she doesn't want to get married. We thought about that many times, but it just didn't work. And so she told me she has to get married, and I was shattered at that time because she was the woman I wanted to spend my entire life with, and she probably I was the person she wanted to spend her life with. We always thought we were soulmates. So she got engaged and my whole world had turned around because she was the center of my world, and that center point had gone and I didn't know what to do now. We didn't have any friends because we were not out. So nobody really knew about the existence of our relationship. She would cry and tell me that I'm doing this, but that doesn't mean I don't love you. And even after she was engaged and stuff, we were still together till she actually moved out of the city to get married. And I didn't go for her marriage because I couldn't face it. So there was a big question mark in everybody's head that you're her best friend and not coming for the wedding. It was weird for everyone, but I guess I just couldn't go. I didn't go. So I was like, okay. And I was not okay, but then I had to get okay with it. So that was it.
I couldn't take my mother not being able to be acceptable to me because she's the only one I had. She's my inspiration. She was my goddess. If I know the real God, she was my God. She gave me birth. So she's the reason why I'm here on this earth. So I really wanted her to understand what I'm going through. I didn't care damn about the society. I was willing to fight to the entire society, but the only thing which was killing me from inside, that my mother is not being able to accept me for whatever I am. I stopped spending time at my home because every time when I used to spend a lot of time at my house, the first question I used to get, when are you going to get married? Get married, everything will be fine. You don't have to worry about it. It's just that have you had sex with a girl? I said no. So then have sex with the girl. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. We used to have huge fights at home, and I used to just walk out from a home, with the thing that I don't want to get married. if you want to get married, get married yourself. I don't want to get married to anybody, you know. And so what's going to be your life? That's the question she used to have. How is it going to be your life? And I said, I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to be fine because I am a very strong person. I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody to take care of myself. And marriage is not going to solve my problems. See, when people say that, oh, you have not got married, or you something different or something, I tell them back that, you know, whatever it is, I have taken care of my parents. I am being grateful to them. Whether I am a transgender, I have not forgotten my duty as son. I gave her a house, you know, I gave her the comfort, I gave her all the love, warmth and care when she needed at the age of 60. That's more important. The struggle went till 10 years, and finally at the end of 10 years I just told her that, see, at the age of 30 years you walked out of your house because you wanted to marry to somebody. You lived the life you want, the way you wanted to live. Now it's my turn. I'm almost 30. How long are you gonna suppress me from living my life the way I want? Let me fly.
लो अब कोर्ट भी हो गया राजी। लेकिन मंजिल की ओर बढ़ा है पहला कदम।
2 जुलाई को दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट ने एक ऐतिहासिक फैसला दिया। फैसले में भारत में समलैंगिकों को मान्यता दी गई। उनके खिलाफ लगी धारा 377 को खत्म कर दिया गया।
इसी धारा 377 के खिलाफ भारतीय समलैंगिक समाज पिछले 8 बरस से लड़ाई लड़ रहा था। दरअसल धारा 377 के मुताबिक समलैंगिकता एक अपराध है। इस धारा के तहत समलैंगिकता के दोषी पाए जाने पर 10 साल तक की सजा का प्रावधान है। आपको बता दें कि आईपीसी की धारा 377 अंग्रेजी शासन के दौरान 1860 में बनी थी। इस धारा में कहा गया है कि समलैंगिकता विकृत सेक्स है।
This week we had an absolutely spectacular display of religious unity. Leaders from all religious communities came together on one platform. The particular object of ire right now was the High Court judgment, which is in a sense decriminalizing homosexuality.
This is a crime against the society.
लो अब कोर्ट भी हो गया राजी।
I consider it as a deviant behavior which need to be helped out so that the individual is brought to the ordinary proper manner of intersexual behavior.
ये बीमारी है, अप्राकृतिक है। जो एनस है वो किसी एंट्री के लिए नहीं बना है किसी चीज की, एग्जिट ओनली के लिए बना है।
प्रेम जैसे पवित्र शब्द को इन समलैंगिकता की इस दुराचार में, व्यभिचार में, घृणित काम में प्रयोग कर रहे हैं, शर्म आनी चाहिए।
ये एक बहुत ही बड़ी इल्लत है, मैं तो कहूंगी एक बहुत ही बड़ी आफत आने वाली है, लगता है जैसे हमारी सोसाइटी के ऊपर।
दिस इज अ क्राइम अगेंस्ट द सोसाइटी।
लो अब कोर्ट भी हो गया राजी।
They are said we are a minority. This is our constitutional right and it should be protected. एक जो रेपिस्ट है वो भी कहे कि इंडिया में हम माइनॉरिटी में हैं।
माफ करना, मुझे ऐसे शब्दों का प्रयोग करना पड़ रहा है। ये एनएस मेरे भाई संदीप, ये सेक्स करने के लिए नहीं, ये टॉयलेट करने के लिए बना हुआ है। इनको मैं शब्द प्रयोग नहीं करना चाहता। ये जो है ये गू खाने जैसा काम है।
मैं और एक बात, आई एम सॉरी, आई हैव टू से दिस, क्योंकि मैं बहुत देर तक चुप रहा हूँ, काफी लोगों की बातें सुनाऊं। जब मैं 16 साल का था मैंने आत्महत्या करने की कोशिश की थी, इसलिए क्योंकि मुझे बताया गया था कि मैं नॉर्मल नहीं हूं जैसे आप सब लोग बोल रहे। उसके बाद मेरी मदर ने मुझे अपनाया, अशोक राव कवि ने मुझे अपनाया, एक काफी बड़ा समुदाय मिला जिसने मुझे अपनाया। उसके बाद मैंने मेरा बीएससी किया, मैं बीएससी टॉपर रह चुका हूं। मैंने एमएससी किया, एमएससी टॉपर रह चुका हूं। उसके बाद एमबीए किया। अगर मैं खुद को अपनाता नहीं और प्यार नहीं मिलता तो मैं ये नहीं कर पाता। वहां काफी सारे लोग हैं जो आपके कारण शायद आत्महत्या करेंगे, ये इंटरव्यू के बाद भी शायद आत्महत्या करेंगे। आपको देखना है कि सामाजिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसे कहते हैं। आप सामाजिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं आप दिखा रहे हैं। आप मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, आप कितने लोगों का मेंटल संतुलन बिगाड़ रहे हैं। No, it is first year anniversary of 2nd July.
पहला जो निकलेगा ना बंदा, पहला तू है, हाँ, और सेकंड तू है, तो तू आके ना इधर आ, जब आएगी ना जो सामने से आएगी, नहीं बाजू में नहीं आएगी, ये इतना सा जगह छोड़ेगी, स्टेज की ये साइड में ऐसा करेगी।
मुंबई शहर में
As much as me, ये इसका हैंडराइटिंग ना मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मैंने वापस से लिखना चाहिए।
सुनो, अब समझो कि कोई ऐसा डांस किया, हाँ, तो ऐसे पीछे नहीं आने का, ऐसे डांस करके, ऐसे करके, समथिंग देन, ऐसे करके, फिर ऐसे आके, अच्छा पहले एक क्या डिसाइड हुआ है, पहले मेरे को बता कि तू क्या छोड़ा। ओके, सब लोग फोन प्लीज बंद करो। मैं कौन, मेरा वजूद कौन, मैं चलती रही इस सफर में, आते रहे गम के तूफान इस डगर में, फिर भी ना डगमगाई इस सफर में, और यूं ही चलती रही इस सफर में।
As much as we admire the judges for their verdict, one cannot forget the effort put in by the lawyers and their belief that they would make it happen. Feel it? I can't feel it. Because I'm reading now, that's why.
In gay Maharashtra, here we like it's full of life and so magnetic. In gay Maharashtra, yes our ladies, they are gay and so romantic. You're down in Maharashtra, you will like to do the things Maharashtrian way. Singing Mumbai, amchi re, amchi Mumbai re, you like to stay in gay Maharashtra. Come and see our chapati and our chapati, tandoori chicken ala re. If you want to refresh our hill stations, our best Mater and Mahabaleshwar and the rest. You leave gay Maharashtra, you will always think of beautiful Bombay. Singing Mumbai, amchi re, amchi Mumbai re, you love your stay in gay Maharashtra. Transphobia के खिलाफ, homophobia के खिलाफ, भेदभाव के खिलाफ, अन्याय के खिलाफ, चालू छे भाई चालू छे। कावेरी माननीय बीना आइए और स्टेज संभालिए। कैसे गाय मुंबई? कैसे गाय? I can't hear you. कैसे गाय मुंबई? I still can't hear you. कैसे गाय मुंबई? Finally. Are we feeling happy and gay today? Okay. Can anyone tell me why we are here today? No, we are here for some rock show. Don't I look like a rock star? No, we're not here for a rock show, but this is not less than a rock show.
तो हमने जन्म दिया तो क्या गुनाह नहीं किया है, ऊपर वाले ने दिया है, ऊपर वाले ने दिया है, हमने नहीं की कुछ किया है। लेकिन फिर भी उनका प्रारब्ध हमारा प्रारब्ध कुछ सभी उसमें होएगा, इसीलिए हमारे पेट में ये ऐसा हो गया। तो हम उसमें कुछ हम गलत नहीं किया है, हाँ हम गलत नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन ऊपर वाले ने दिया है तो हम तो उनको स्वीकार किया है। मैं बेटी माँ है उसकी, तो मैं स्वीकार करती हूँ मेरे बेटे को, लेकिन आम जनता नहीं करती। वो दर्जा हमारे बेटे को मिलना चाहिए, बस इतना ही मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है और यही विनती है मेरी।
People under 377. Since then,
He's been there with us, shouted slogans, walked with us for every rally. Let's welcome Advocate Anand Grover.
Thank you very, very much. Today is a historic day when the LGBTI community says that this is the second independence. It really means that. The British left us a legacy where some sections of the community were criminalized. With the verdict on the 2nd of July last year, the Delhi High Court said that no longer will people be criminalized because they have a sexual orientation which is different from heterosexuality. This is the fight for the whole of the society, because the discrimination which exists against LGBTI community cannot be tolerated by any person who believes in rights. So this is a fight for everybody in society.
उनके कान हिल जाए, आए दिल धड़क है उनका, दिल की धड़कनें तेज हो जाए। मैं कौन? मेरा वजूद कौन? मैं एक इंसानी रूह, मैं एक जान, मैं जीवन और मैं बलिदान। मैं एक हिजरा, यही मेरी शान। मैं एक हिजरा हूँ, पर एक हिजरा होने के बावजूद मैं बहुत कुछ बन सकती है। आइए देखिए क्या।
In gay Maharashtra, you will like it, it's full of life and so magnetic. Evening in gay Maharashtra.
"365 days without 377." That is the tagline which we are using. It's like, that we finally lived our first years with a repeal law.
A single law change is not going to make a perspective change in the society. You need to have a sensitization along with the rights. You need to have community leaders who are coming up upfrontly and telling society that, see, transgender is not somebody who you only see begging, doing commercial sex work. Transgender can also be a doctor, transgender also can be a computer person, can be also a nurse. Why not?
Just the fact that after Section 377 has been repealed and the number of hate crimes that we have seen in Bombay in the last 1 year, we are wondering whether these are repercussions of Section 377's repeal, because more people, suddenly even within the community, people are getting bold, people are getting empowered and making their presence felt. And the more people come out of the closet or try to make a social change, there will be friction. Okay, so we will have problems. So I think the battle just begins out here.
I hope that we would be allowed to adopt children, because if I'm thinking about myself, I would still love to be in India and not go abroad or settle somewhere else where it's acceptable. I want it to be acceptable here. And I would want to have a family. I would want a woman in my life. And I love children, so I would definitely want to adopt a child. And trust me, I don't want to wait for another 10 years to do that, because I don't want my child to have an old mom. So obviously I hope that it happens rather quickly, maybe another 3 to 5 years. But there are a lot of things that we are hoping, and I'm sure if we all work towards what we want, I'm sure it will happen quite soon.
life and so magnetic. Evening in gay Maharashtra. Yes, our ladies, they are gay and so romantic. You're down in Maharashtra. You will like to do the things Maharashtrian way. Singing Mumbai, Amchi Re, Amchi, Amchi, Mumbai Re. You like your stay in gay Maharashtra. Come and see our chopati and eat our chopati, tandoori chicken a la re. If you want to refresh our hill stations, our best Matheran, Mahabaleshwar and the rest. When you leave gay Maharashtra, you will always think of beautiful Bombay. Singing Mumbai, Amchi Re, Amchi, Amchi, Mumbai Re. You love your stay in gay Maharashtra. Evening in gay Maharashtra. You will like it, it's full of life and so magnetic. Evening in gay Maharashtra. Yes, our ladies, they are gay and so romantic. When you're down in Maharashtra, you will like to do the things Maharashtrian way. Singing Mumbai, Amchi Re, Amchi, Amchi, Mumbai Re. You like to stay in gay Maharashtra. Come and see our chopati and eat our chapati, tandoori chicken a la re. If you want to refresh our hill stations, our best Matheran, Mahabaleshwar and the rest. When you leave gay Maharashtra, you will always think of beautiful Bombay. Singing Mumbai, Amchi Re, Amchi, Amchi, Mumbai Re. You'd love your stay in gay Maharashtra. You'd love your stay